All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the quadratic inequalities, okay? And some of you may have noticed, okay, that when we have a quadratic, so here's y right there, and here's a, and here's x, and here's p and q. So this is the vertex graphing form, right, or the vertex form. And some of you may have noticed that when we have a less than sign, that a lot of the times we shade underneath the parabola. That's a very good observation. And what happens if the parabola opens downward? Well, let's just fix this on Desmos. This is still a less than or equal to. So if it opens downward and it's y equals less, or y, sorry, less than or equal to, then you can shade underneath the parabola. Okay, so let me show you that once again. Doesn't matter what a is, if we're less than or equal to, it's shading underneath the parabola. Now, the tricky part is this, guys, okay? Y has to be positive. If y is negative, okay, if y is negative, look what happens. Ooh, that hardly ever happens. You never see that. You never see negative y is less than. But when you do, that's the only thing that's going to mess that up, okay? So if y is positive, and let's just make it positive 1, okay? If y is positive, that means we have a positive y on one side of the inequality. If it's less than, you shade underneath the parabola. If it's greater than, so watch this. I'm going to change this to now greater than, where is it? Greater than, look at that. You shade above the parabola. And that is even if a is negative. You see? So even if it opens downwards, if it's a greater than, just shade above the parabola. Now, this works all the time. However, I do want you to make sure that you do test points like we always have. Excuse me, my voice. Do test points just to confirm. So we would confirm, 0, 0 is in the inequality here, is in the solution region. So you would do a 0 there for x and a 0 for y. Make sure the inequality is true. So that's a little shortcut I think that'll really help you. Okay? Greater than is usually above the parabola. Less than is below the parabola. Okay? Questions?